Yeah, look at me, look at me. Way about the situation. Hope y'all doing okay during this time of crisis. This is Amanda Reifer. It's called Rich Bitch Juice. I'm going to be using the Wisdom, the House of Night Oracle, clarified with the Enchanted Map Oracle. I do read tarot when I feel compelled to. Not always. And I don't always use oracles either. I am doing a 6-card spread right now. Aquarius, I feel like this is going to be for Aquarius singles and Aquarius individuals who are in relationships. I feel like y'all going through something. And understand that time is fluid, so this can apply whenever you see it. It could have already happened. It could be about to happen. And this is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. And if this is the cross watch you're watching, some of this could apply to you as well. I encourage everyone to go and look at their natal chart to figure out what your placements are, because that's very important to finding out your life path and knowing who you are and what your purpose is here for. I will put a link in the description box for you to get a free reading. And this is just one of many sites that give those readings. Yeah, but it's very important, because just because you're an Aquarius sun does not mean your Venus and how you love could be in Scorpio or Libra, and it could be totally different when you get in a relationship or partnership. And who knows, your house of finance could be in Capricorn, where you're really good with money but bad with relationships, quote unquote bad. But I don't really feel like anything's bad. I really feel like it's our sole purpose to learn our lessons through our strengths and weaknesses. And it can seem bad in this dimension when we don't take heed to understanding what our weaknesses are and how we can strengthen them. Okay, anyway, let's get into your reading. If this does not apply to you, take what does and leave the rest. If none of it applies, leave it all. Somebody else will pick it up. Alright. Obedience is your first card out. High Priestess of Air. Fulfillment. Let me give you another look at that card. Looks good. Looks rich. Confidence. Complicated. And denial. And the bottom of the deck is message. This is for someone specific that has an issue with grudges. Don't say that you don't. because whoever this applies to, this is who this is for. And when I say grudges, I mean more so someone has done something to you and you just feel like whatever they are done, well, my sage is getting out of control. Excuse me. Put this out. Whenever someone has done something to you, it's really hard for you to let it go. I feel like you guys take a lot of things to heart. And even though you're not vocal about it, you'll sit up in your head and think about it, and it'll fuck with your head and your heart at the same time, which, that's tough. That's too much baggage. So let some of that go. And the other part of it, I feel like you guys blame yourself when things don't turn out the way that you anticipated them to. So then you're hard on yourself and you don't forgive yourself either. Let's clarify obedience. Clarify obedience for Aquarius. Spirit of place. If you can see this card, she looks focused. Very, very focused. And to me, spirit of place is like knowing that you need to follow your gut instinct on things. For some reason, I'm getting a third-party situation. Random. Maybe not. Nothing's random in the universe. Nothing's random. So, not random. For some of you in a relationship or in some kind of a partnership, I feel like you found out about someone else being involved with someone you're involved with, or in a financial situation where you may have been third wheeled in the deal, and even though the person that you're dealing with doesn't let you know about that other party, I feel like you just walked away and just kept your dignity and just walked away, but then you beat yourself up at the same time. Clarify High Priestess of Air. And this is an Aquarian card. Also a Gemini and Libra card. You could be dealing with a Gemini or a Libra. Possibly. Not everybody. Bone Collector. I want to read this card. I want you guys to take a look at her. I'm going to read it out of my book. It talks about you being the one. I want you guys to hear it because it's a powerful message. A very powerful message. The Bone Collector. You are whole and have everything you need. When the Bone Collector appears, she's asking you to look closer at your circumstances to see if you fully present or are you reacting out of past conditioning and unconscious expectations. Remember when I said earlier that you guys don't like when things don't plan out how come out and how you plan and anticipated them, and then you beat yourself up? Yeah. Let that go. And also with the High Priestess of Air that the Bone Collector is clarifying, I mean, if you really look at her, she almost looks ethereal. Like she kind of just lets things on the mundane, which is like the normal, quote-unquote normal level, dwell as they may, and then she stays in her own realm. She has like a sanctity about her. And so does this Bone Collector, even though she's sitting on the ground literally with rabbits around her, with a rabbit around her. She has a clock, but it's really, really, it's a different type of clock, and it's sitting next to her. And she's just smiling. She looks happy in her own little world, too. And she has like a little carcass above her on both sides. So, but they're behind her. Those dead things are behind her. Clarify fulfillment for Aquarius. I really like this card, especially for this reading, because just like the Bone Collector said, you're whole by yourself. You're good all by yourself. The fulfillment card is, I mean, falling right over into that. Whoa, card just flipped. Details, details. Okay, I'm back. Phone cut off on me. Where were we? Details. This is clarifying fulfillment, and I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm going to read it. It's backwards to you, but it says, clarity, important notice, and it's underneath a magnifying glass. This just reminds me of what I just said about you finding out about something and you got notified about something and the other party didn't know you knew. So I say take that information and move forward. Move forward, because even though we sometimes physically move forward, we don't mentally and emotionally move forward. And I'm telling you that I know that you've already physically moved forward, for whoever I'm speaking to. I'm telling you to mentally and physically move forward. Got One Ring Circus, clarifying confidence. You're good all by yourself. You're good all by yourself. Like, literally, this person is on an elephant, on a rock, in the ocean, with a beautiful sky behind them. And they look like they're sitting really comfortably. I mean, balancing on an elephant like that in the ocean. Well, balancing on an elephant, first of all. Elephant balancing on the rock in the ocean. Regardless of what's going on around you, you're comfortable and confident about your situation, even if it's not all clear. Clarify complicated. Clarify complicated. Sacred pool. This card reminds me of this card in so many ways. The High Priestess of Air. They kind of have that mystic look about them. And this is clarifying complicated, and I feel like whoever, this is a specific message for only a small group of people out there. Just this specific message, not just the reading, but this message. deal with yourself. Deal with things that you probably didn't even look at for a really long time. I'm talking about childhood hurt, regrets. Yeah, you need to deal with that because you're going to continue to be in denial if you don't deal with that. Like, real denial. And this complicated card that comes out before denial, there's a symbol of the moon. If my camera will focus. Come on, camera. Well, there's a symbol of a moon right there. And the same moon, which the moon is things that are hidden. The same moon is right on this girl's or a man's. This is not gender specific. Wrist, where like something on the sleeve, right on the sleeve. That's what I'm getting. It's right there, noticeable. And this hand is going to pick fruit, but there is this moon on their hand, which means there's things hidden, and you need to deal with those things so that you can be fruitful. Clarify denial. Clarify denial for Aquarius. Yep. Hit right close to home. Whatever you are needing to deal with, still on this same specific message for that person and for the whole reading also, but specifically for this person from this message, deal with that shit that you gotta deal with, because those things are gonna ultimately always come up in every situation that you're in. It doesn't even matter what situation, relationships, finance, education. You could just be walking down the street enjoying the day and they'll come up, and you could be on your high horse and, you know, maybe even rightfully on your high horse and they'll still come up because you have to deal with those underlying issues. I mean, we all do. We all have things that we have to deal with. Nobody's exempt. Bottom of the deck, spark. And this is clarifying the other bottom of the deck, which is message. And there's a raven there. And that's my name. Ravens bring messages. Oh, and then there's a moon right there too. There's a moon on that scroll. I don't know if it's gonna focus. But yeah, hopefully this message brings a spark to whoever this is for. Because I want you to move on. I want you to be great. I want you to be happy. Fulfill your desires. No, they're not going to be all fulfilled at once. That would be ridiculous. That would be too much like right. But in order for you to get on that higher road, and I know that whatever has happened, that third party situation, that backstabbing that's happened, it's gonna sting taking that sword out. It's gonna sting. Pour love into yourself. Heal those wounds. Heal that wound that you have from childhood, and you'll heal all your wounds. And the reason why I say that, and I'm so confident in saying that, is because even if you don't heal them all right then, by dealing with your childhood wounds, past wounds, wounds from yesterday, things that you're holding on to, grudges, by healing those, you're more likely to be able to deal with things that are coming ahead in the future. Because every day is not a sunny day. And every situation is going to have some kind of part of it that you're not going to like. If everything was what we like, then how will we grow? If everything was perfect, then how will we grow? How will we learn and become better and evolve? So allow those things to teach you, and ultimately sit still for a while. I know, sit still in your mind for a while and really think about, why do these certain things trigger me to have this emotion? Why does this come up? Why am I like this in this situation? Why do I react this way? And if there are things that have happened that you reacted to in the past, and you don't like how you reacted, forgive yourself for it, and learn how to react differently. And like I said, I'm going to leave a link for your natal chart so that you can go and get a clear and concise understanding of who you are. And it's not going to give you everything, but it will give you a good outline. And there are chart readers out there. I'm not one of them currently, but they can give you an even more in-depth view and perspective of your chart, which is really beneficial when it comes to you laying out your path. So that'll be all for right now, Aquarius, and I hope you have a good rest of your April month and into May. Yeah, be fruitful and don't beat yourself up. Peace.